Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to talk about farmers walks. So I am 6 feet tall, 52 years old, currently 196 pounds or 88.9 kilograms. So I mostly focus on calisthenics the past several months, but I've also recently been doing Hex Bar Deadlifts and farmers walks with dumbbells. So I've been doing the Hex Bar Deadlifts for many months actually, but I've only started getting serious about it in the last 2 months. And the farmers walks I probably started about 6 weeks ago. And the reason is that picking up heavy weights, if done correctly, makes our entire body stronger. So I started seeing this theme over and over again, and I thought, hey, I'm doing calisthenics. Calisthenics have been awesome. I enjoy it, but I have all these weights all over my freaking family room. I spent a lot of money on really nice equipment that I'm not using. And I was like, well, I don't have to lift weights, but what about, deadlifts and farmers walks? So a lot of people were saying how these two exercises in particular were really important for building strength. So I started, getting more serious about it. And so number 3, farmers walks engage many different muscles, ligaments, and tendons. I mean, they work everything. Your upper back, traps, lats, glutes, quads, hamstrings, calves, biceps, triceps, forearms, abs, and hand muscles. I mean, you can literally feel it in your hands the next day. I exercise barefoot, so I also feel like they engage my feet muscles as well. I mean, I can feel my ankles and my feet, after doing heavier farmers walks. I can just feel I try and stretch them the next day. You can just feel it that they've been used more, right? Number 4, farmers are known to be very strong. We oftentimes hear about football players being farm strong because they grew up on a farm, and the chores they did on a daily basis generally made them stronger than most others. If you watch football, you will come across this a lot of times. I've heard this many times watching football. They'll say about certain players were, born on the farm, raised on the farm. I think Steve McNair, they said, was farm strong. One of the middle linebackers for the Eagles was farm strong. So look at this guy. This guy is built kind of like a gorilla, all right? And he's baling hay. So this is none other than Bobby Hull, Hall of Fame hockey player. He played from 57 to 80. So he had his own farm. He bought a farm, a couple hundred acres. And as you can see, I don't know if this guy was doing drugs back in the day or how it was working. Obviously, the food that they ate 40, 50 years ago is different than the food we make, we eat today. There's, probably less hormones in it. The sugar, they didn't have high fructose sugar back in those days. My understanding is high fructose sugar came to the United States in about 1977, if I remember correctly. Actually, this gentleman is from Canada, I believe. So obviously the food they were eating, the meat they were eating, everything they were eating was less tainted than today. Today we have toxicity in everything we look. I mean, you get toxic by looking at something today. It's in the air, it's in the water, it's in our food. It's you can't avoid it, right? At any rate, this guy looks amazing. I mean, look at the separation between his deltoids and his biceps and triceps. Look at the veins. I mean, this isn't even, these pictures aren't even clear. Could you imagine what a high definition picture would, what he'd look like in a high def picture? Look at this vein going up this guy's arm. Starts at the forearm, goes through his biceps. Probably different veins or whatever. But he's got veins on his shoulders. I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, that gorilla look, right? I also do single dumbbell farmer walks to help strengthen my core as well. When I was looking at a lot of these videos on, farmers walks, for dumbbells, I would see people in the comments would say, hey, it's better to do single dumbbell farmers walks because it engages your core better, it makes your core stronger. And some people said that, doing the single dumbbell farmer walks was more beneficial to them. So I do both, right? I do both. And I currently have a heavy day for farmers walks about 1 time a week. So I will add weights. I will wear a vest, a 25-pound vest, and I'll do my exercises with that 1 day a week or 1 day every 8 days. And on that day, I'll also do my Hex Bar Deadlifts and I'll do heavier farmers walks. But I also do light farmers walks on at least 3 other days during the week. I carry dumbbells. Carrying dumbbells is a good exercise for the body, even if you don't max out your reps or use the heaviest weight. So some people, I've read some people say, you can't do your farmer walks more than once a week or you're going to overtrain, blah, blah, blah. But I feel like if I just do heavy farmer walks 1 time a week, and as I said it before, I don't ever max out on anything that I do these days. I usually only do 80% of my max. I've still been getting stronger and stronger every week for several weeks just by going up to 80% max in all my exercises. So you don't have to like kill yourself with this stuff for it to benefit you tremendously. And the way I look at it is, let's say you have a guy, who's 200 pounds and he's just got a regular job working at a computer every day and he doesn't do any walking or anything. Or you take the same guy and he does, light farmer walks, even 35 pounds in each hand, 3 times a week, for like 3 sets, 3 times a week for 30 seconds. If he does that for 4 weeks, he's going to be way stronger than the guy that's just sitting at his computer not doing anything, right? So, in my opinion, you don't have to max out with the farmer walks, just like you don't have to max out every exercise or any exercise that you do. But I do hit that one heavy day where I'm kind of pushing a limit where I'll probably get up to about 90% of my grip strength where it starts to hurt. But I also do light farmer walks at least 3 days a week, right? Also single as well. So here's me doing farmer walks in the family room. So these weights, these are 55-pound weights, and I now carry them for a minute, right? So on my heavy day, I break out the 55-pound weights, and I carry them for a minute. And I have my little timer on the weight. It's got a magnet on it. It's on the weight on my right hand, right? So I do this for, and it took me weeks to build up to this. So I started at like, I've started doing this just for like maybe 20 seconds the first day, like a month ago. And then every week I added 10 seconds to it. So you can hear me gasp.
I was just starting to really feel that in the forearms.
So it was starting to get to me. So I didn't max out, but it was starting to hurt my forearms, right? So this stuff is really, really good for your grip, for increasing your grip strength. So here's my second set, and I will wait 3 minutes in between. And I'm doing all this after I did my Hex deadlifts. It was 225 pounds this past Friday, a week ago. So I did my 3 sets of Hex deadlifts, and now I'm doing this, right? So my grip and everything's probably a little less than what it could be, but at any rate. So I'm walking. So I might be going side to side too much. I'm going to try and maybe not wiggle side to side as much in the future.
Starting to get heavy.
Now I'm saying, hey, see, I can look down at the clock and see how much time I have.
Woo.
Yep.
Feeling that.
Yep.
All right. Whew.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's starting to burn. Yeah. Just a little bit. Now you can't bend your fingers for a little while.
So my fingers were stuck. So my fingers are stuck. Then I wait about 3 minutes or what have you, and I do single arm with 35 pounds. And I do it for a minute. Again, I started doing this probably for like 20 seconds the first time about 6 weeks ago. And I gradually added 10 seconds, every week, up to a minute. Right? These are kind of exercises you want to slowly get into. You want your whole body to adapt to it. Your tendons, your ligaments, your muscles. You want everything to slowly, over time, get stronger so you can do this kind of stuff. You don't want to try, well, let me see. Maybe I'll just break out 80 pounds and see how good I do. I mean, when I was, below the age of 24, I probably would have done that, of course. But I'm 52. And you don't want to get jacked up, right? You don't want to get jacked up. You want to be very careful. You want to go slow, basically.
All right. Okay. That was dead in there. We could probably do maybe another 15 seconds.
So it wasn't too bad. So when I feel like that, I start thinking about adding weight for the next week, like adding another 5 pounds maybe. Because I plan on only doing it for a minute. So, like I said, I'm barefoot, I'm walking around, I'm doing the single ones. I think I need to keep my core tighter. I need to, I'm not wiggling side to side too much. It's not too bad. But I'm going to make an effort to try and keep my core tighter on my next session. There's my little clock.
All right, very good. I could probably do another 15 seconds, so I might actually raise my weight next week, or in 8 days. But I can do more. I can do some more. We'll see. Let's see how the second set goes. All right, round
So
2.
3 minutes later, here we go, boom. Here's my next set, my last set of farmer walks. And it's gonna be harder, of course, right? Like your grip gets a little less. You do your Hex Bar Deadlifts, then you do your, 2 dumbbell farmer walks, and now I'm doing the single, right? So it can wear on you a little bit, even though I'm taking 3-minute breaks in between.
Oops. Starting to feel it? Yes. Definitely starting to feel it. Maybe could have eked out another 12 seconds, maybe 10.
So again, I don't push it to the max, right? I don't
increase by 5 pounds.
I have gotten stronger, much stronger over the last 3 months without pushing things to the max. So you don't have to push things to the max. When I was younger, I always did as many reps as I could. I pushed as hard as I could. Got the fatigue the next day and all this kind of stuff, like, soreness. I don't do that anymore at all. You do not have to push things to the max to gain muscle and strength. So I don't. And it makes the workout so much easier.
Oops.
I hit the refrigerator. Good job, Dad.
Just the refrigerator. Alright, that went pretty good. It's getting a little rough there. Maybe we'll increase the weight, maybe not next time, we'll see. We'll see.
So I'm gonna do my heavy day tomorrow. It's been 7 days since this video, and I'm only gonna increase my Hex Bar Deadlift. I'm gonna increase that to 235, and we'll see how that goes. But I'm gonna keep these 2 exercises at the same weights because I added some farmer's walks this week to my routine because I want to do more light farmer's walks. I do it with a thick grip. I bought some thick grips off of Amazon to help with my grip strength, right? So I added another set or 2 3 times this week with the thick grips and the lighter weight, 35 pounds. So I don't want to do that during the week and then try and increase the weight on my heavy day. I'm gonna see how everything goes tomorrow, and then if I feel good about it, then I'll increase my weight on the farmer's walks for next week. At any rate, if you have any questions, just let me know. Put them in the comments and I'll try and answer them. And thank you so much for watching my videos, and have a great day. Bye-bye.